So I call the order of the County Board of Commissioners regular board hybrid meeting. Stand and join me in the pledge of allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please roll call vote.
Commissioner Hutchinson, Commissioner Engler,
Present.
Commissioner Jelzinski,
Present.
Commissioner Marino,
Present.
Commissioner Swaney,
Present.
Commissioner Holt,
Present.
Commissioner Horton.
Present.
All present, Mr. Chairman, except for Commissioner Hutchinson.
Thank you, Commissioner Hutchinson. Excuse he is going to the meeting. Next up, let's just approval of the agenda. We have general public comments. We have presentations, discussion reports. We have appointments to board and commissions. We have the consent agenda, which brings us now to committee reports. The Finance Administration.
Finance Administration is all set, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. We're going to go to Criminal Justice and County Affairs.
Criminal Justice and County Affairs is all set, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. That brings us to Human Resources and Public Works.
Human Resources and Public Works is all set, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. We have nothing under the governmental affairs this evening, nor nothing under the administrative control report. That brings us into finished business, which we have no actions. Under 10 new business, we have 2 items. Holiday schedule 2022 and the public hearing for fiscal year 2022 proposed budget. This time, general public comments, announcements, and adjournment. Can I get approval of the agenda, please?
I will move to approve the agenda.
Support.
We have a motion and support to approve the agenda. Any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed the same. We have an agenda for the evening. Next up, general public health. Anybody that would like to speak, we're limited to 3 minutes. You have to state your name and address. I'll turn to the audience. Anybody out there that would like to speak? Hearing none, I'm going to see no one in the audience. Nicole, do you have anybody on the virtual?
We do not at this time, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. If there's no one out there, we will close the general public comment portion of this evening. For the first part, we'll do the presentations and special reports. We have no actions. Next up, appointments to boards and commissions, no actions, which brings us to the consent agenda. Commissioner Swain, since Commissioner Hutchinson is not here, would you mind moving back at your usual spot?
Yeah. Consent agenda. Motion reads: move to approve and place on file the August 17th, 2021 regular meeting minutes, the August 31st, 2021 Finance Administration Committee meeting minutes, the August 31st, 2021 Criminal Justice and County Affairs Committee meeting minutes, and the August 31st, 2021 Human Resources and Public Works Committee meeting minutes.
Support.
We have a motion and support to approve the consent agenda. Any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none, clerk will take a roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Holt,
Yes.
Commissioner Engler,
Yes.
Commissioner Jelzinski,
Yes.
Commissioner Marino,
Yes.
Commissioner Swaney,
Yes.
Commissioner Horton.
Yes.
Votes cast 6 ayes, 0 nays. Motion passed, Mr.
Thank
Chairman.
you, Clerk Lux. That brings us next up to committees. What's first up? Finance Administration.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Item number 1 is August 13th, 2021 invoice list, August 20, 2021 invoice list, August 27, 2021 invoice list, and September 2nd, 2021 adjustment list. Motion reads, move to ratify and place on file the August 13th, 2021 invoice list in the amount of $153,738.29. The August 20th, 2021 invoice list in the amount of $242,716.79. The August 27th, 2021 invoice list in the amount of $247,024.63. And the adjustment list dated September 2nd, 2021.
Support.
We have a motion and support to ratify and place on file the August 13th, 2021 invoice list, the August 20th, 2021 invoice list, the August 27th, 2021 invoice list, and the September 2nd, 2021 adjustment list. Discussion, please.
So usually I go over the over $5,000 items that appear on the top of page 1 there. So on the August 13th list, we have Dickinson Wright, LLC, $11,000. And that was for professional services for the bond anticipation note. And then the only other item is a WatchGuard video, $68,448 for 12 body cameras for the Sheriff's Department, 89% of which came from a tribal grant. So much appreciation for the Saginaw Chippewa Indian tribe for the grant for those body cameras. They're critical, in my opinion. And then the next list, the August 20th, we had January through July payments for our monthly medical examiner contract, which we do through Sparrow Hospital. And then Preston Community Services, $11,500 for our monthly equalization contract. Manor Custodian, $13,298 for July financial services. Our HATS bi-weekly animal control contract payment of $5,961. Bay, Schultz, Burswich, and Rhodes, $5,585.68 for Mission Creek legal fees. And then engineering services for McDonald Drain for Georgian Consultants LLC in the amount of $8,500. WatchGuard video, $14,878 for in-car video systems for the Sheriff's Office. And then a refund of PRE tax in the amount of $5,650.65. And finally, the August 27th invoice list, the Middle Michigan Development Corporation fourth quarter appropriation, the amount of $5,625. Our fourth quarter appropriation for community mental health, which is $54,075, $38,406.53 to integrated architecture for July architectural services, which of course that will all come out of the bond anticipation note that we have now, and those charges won't need to be draining the general fund. It's coming out of the general fund like they were. And then we have work on Metro drain repairs, $7,576 to Star Excavating. The August MAC, which is the Manager Assigned Counsel Administration fee for the public defender appointments, and then a couple other public defender appointments, and our monthly day treatment contract that we have with McBride Quality Care in the amount of $38,885.74. And July private agency youth services for one youth in the amount of $9,304.07 to Wolverine Human Services. And then moving on to the adjustment list, we have the usual invoices there, Gordon Food Service. We get the early payment discount on those. Same thing with Consumers Energy. One small entry error where the invoice was increased by about $10, it looks like. And then an invoice decreased because a prior balance was already paid to Homeworks Tri-County Electric. And then WatchGuard Video invoice decreased, removed sales tax. There's always one that it's charged sales tax, and you have to remove it. And then some more of those Gordon Food Service for the Sheriff's Department, and they that's where we get most of the food for the inmates. So, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Any further discussion on this? Hearing seeing none, clerk will take roll call.
Commissioner Engler,
Yes.
Commissioner Jazinski,
Yes.
Commissioner Marino,
Yes.
Commissioner Sweeney,
Yes.
Commissioner Holt,
Yes.
Commissioner Horton.
Yes.
Votes cast 6 ayes, 0 nays. Motion passed, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Clerk Wright.
Next item is the delinquent license fee waiver. Motion reads, move to adopt a delinquent license fee waiver for any new dog owner seeking licensure within 30 days of ownership, regardless of the age of the animal. Support.
We have a motion and support for the delinquent license fee waiver to adopt. Any further discussion?
We've had animal control has had various fees for pets since 2011, and one of the things is the delinquent fee of $40, and I think that was instituted to encourage people to go ahead and get their pets licensed. Well, the state allows for 30 days grace for an animal that's over 4 months old, and it's kind of like a waiver, and we don't incorporate that. Well, there was a situation where somebody adopted an animal out of county and then came in to do the right thing, license, and then because it was after March 1st, they were going to be charged that additional $40 in addition to the license fee. What this does, it eliminates, it gives a waiver so that anybody that has an animal that is licensed within 30 days won't have to pay that delinquent fee. And it's more in line with our neighboring county policies too.
Further discussion? I think that's a good public policy for us. So I'm in favor of this. Thank you. Clerk Wright, so roll call.
Commissioner Jazinski,
Yes.
Commissioner Marino,
Yes.
Commissioner Sweeney,
Yes.
Commissioner Holt,
Yes.
Commissioner Engler,
Yes.
Commissioner Horton.
Yes.
Votes cast 6 ayes, 0 nays. Motion passed, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Clerk Wright.
Next item of business is animal adoption fee waiver. Motion reads, move to adopt an animal adoption fee waiver for animals adopted through the Humane Animal Treatment Society special adoption events. Upon review and approval of each waiver, request by the county administrator controller.
Support.
We have a motion and support to adopt the animal adoption fee waiver. Discussion.
There are events that occur locally, and sometimes coordinated nationally to get people kind of promote the adoption of pets found in our shelters. And it's part of a major event, that fee would be waived.
Any further discussion on the commission? Hearing seeing none, Clerk Wright, so roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Marino,
Yes.
Commissioner Sweeney,
Yes.
Commissioner Holt,
Yes.
Commissioner Engler,
Yes.
Commissioner Jazinski,
Yes.
Commissioner Horton.
Yes.
Votes cast 6 ayes, 0 nays. Motion passed, Mr. Chairman.
Item number 4 is MERS supplemental valuations. Motion reads, move to authorize municipal employees retirement system to conduct supplemental valuations of each MERS division whose participants are not receiving an automatic COLA increase at a cost of $400 for the first EB division and $150 for each additional division to determine the cost of authorizing a flexible e-COLA 2.5% in 2022.
Support.
We have a motion and support to authorize the MERS supplemental evaluation. And before we get into the discussion, I just want to state that Commissioner Jozinski and Commissioner Andrew both will not be participating in the discussion on the topic because of have a possible conflict of interest in this discussion. So, discussion, please.
Okay, so we have six groups who are not receiving automatic cost of living allowance increases on their defined benefit contribution plans. This allows MERS to do the valuation and figure out exactly what it would cost us to offer these groups one-time 2.5% in 2022 cost of living allowance increase. Not that we want to necessarily create the expectation that we're going to do that, but at least we'll know what kind of money we're talking about. Do this, $400 for the first defined benefit division and $150 for each additional, so it'd be a total of $1,100.
Further discussion. Hearing and seeing none, clerk will also roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Marino,
Yes.
Commissioner Sweeney,
Yes.
Commissioner Holt,
Yes.
Commissioner Engler,
Abstain.
Commissioner Jozinski,
Abstain.
Commissioner Horton.
Yes.
Votes cast 4 ayes, 0 nays. Motion passed, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Clerk Lux.
Mr. Chairman, that completes the work of the Finance Administration.
Very good. Next up, criminal justice and county administration.
First item is CESF grant contract extension, prosecuting attorney's office. Motion reads, move to approve the grant contract extension for Michigan State of Louisiana, Isabella County Prosecuting Attorney's Office, extending the deadline to utilize funding through December 31st, 2021, for federal pass-through coronavirus emergency supplemental funding. I'll order the board chair to sign the same.
Support. We have a motion and support to approve the CESF grant contract extension prosecuting attorney's office. Discussion, please.
David Barberry, Isabella County Prosecutor, just explained that this is allowing them to utilize grant funding that they received $42,000 through beginning of 2022 with this extension. Obviously, we'd like to utilize all the funding possible.
Makes sense. Any further discussion among the commissioners? Hearing and seeing none, clerk will also roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Sweeney,
Yes.
Commissioner Holt,
Yes.
Commissioner Engler,
Yes.
Commissioner Jozinski,
Yes.
Commissioner Marino,
Yes.
Commissioner Horton.
Yes.
Votes cast 6 ayes, 0 nays. Motion passed, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Clerk Lux.
All right, item number 2, hazard mitigation plan development services. Motion reads, move to approve the professional services agreement between Isabella County and Integrated Solutions Consulting for hazard mitigation plan development services. The estimated cost of $36,219.84. Authorized board chair signs.
Support. We have a motion and support to approve the hazard mitigation plan development services. Discussion.
So this is out of RFP, which there were 5 submissions received by the due date, and of those 5, after administrative review, 3 were ruled out of our price range, and for that grant to support it, the remaining 2 proposals were then ranked using highest ranking tool. And Integrated Solutions Consulting came out on top of the venture cap for this proposal. And obviously the money is coming from the grant. Our previous platform.
Any further discussion on the commissioners? Seeing none, the clerk will do roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Holt,
Yes.
Commissioner Engler,
Yes.
Commissioner Jelzynski,
Yes.
Commissioner Marino,
Yes.
Commissioner Sweeney,
Yes.
Commissioner Horton.
Yes.
Votes cast 6 ayes, 0 nays. Motion passes, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Clerk Wright.
All right, item number 3, amendment to Central Square Technologies Agreement. Motion reads, move to approve amendment to the software license and services subscription agreement between Central Square Technologies LLC, Isabella County Central Dispatch, dated February 1st, 2021. Authorized board chair to sign the same.
Support.
We have a motion and support to approve the amendment to Central Square Technology Agreement. Discussion.
All right, again, Director Mark Griffiths explained that this is a no-cost amendment to the agreement that just clarifies everyone's role in the sharing of equipment for the computer-aided dispatch system.
Very good. Any further discussion on commissioners? Hearing seen none, clerk will do roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Engler,
Yes.
Commissioner Jelzynski,
Yes.
Commissioner Marino,
Yes.
Commissioner Sweeney,
Yes.
Commissioner Holt,
Yes.
Commissioner Horton.
Yes.
Votes cast 6 ayes, 0 nays. Motion passed, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Clerk Wright.
Okay, shared system acknowledgement, motion reads, move to approve the shared system acknowledgement between Isabella County Central Dispatch and Central Michigan University Police Department, and authorize the board to sign the same.
Support.
We have a motion and support to approve the shared system acknowledgement between Isabella County Central Dispatch and Central Michigan University Police Department. Discussion.
Okay, this is no cost and allows Central Dispatch to operate from Central Michigan University Dispatch area, and it allows Central to come to our dispatcher and operate. So pretty simple agreement.
Very good. Any further discussion among commissioners? Hearing seen none, clerk will do roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Jelzynski,
Yes.
Commissioner Marino,
Yes.
Commissioner Sweeney,
Yes.
Commissioner Holt,
Yes.
Commissioner Engler,
Yes.
Commissioner Horton.
Yes.
Votes cast are 6 ayes, 0 nays. Motion passed, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Clerk Wright.
Okay, CAD paging interface, the motion reads, move to approve the change order in reference to Q 13848 Central Square Technologies for the CAD paging interface and authorize the board chair to sign the same.
Support.
We have a motion and support to approve the CAD paging interface change order. Discussion, please.
Okay, this is a no cost. What it does is it's a necessary move to allow for the training and to go live at the end of the year. And also it's necessary for to page all the fire departments and the news media.
Any further discussion among commissioners? Hearing seen none, clerk will do roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Marino,
Yes.
Commissioner Sweeney,
Yes.
Commissioner Holt,
Yes.
Commissioner Engler,
Yes.
Commissioner Jelzynski,
Yes.
Commissioner Horton.
Yes.
Votes cast 6 ayes, 0 nays. Motion passed, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Clerk Wright.
That completes the work of the criminal justice county affairs.
Thank you, gentlemen. Next up, the Human Resources and Public Works.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Our first item is the MRF weight scale system replacement. The motion reads, move to approve the replacement of the Isabella County Material Recovery Facility weight scale system with a Czech Corporation ETEC steel deck truck scale system with digital load cell for the amount of $107,280.70 and authorize the board chair to sign the same.
Support.
We have a motion and support to approve the MRF MERV weight scale system replacement. Discussion, please.
Sure. The Isabella County Material Recovery Facility weigh scale has been in place from the start of the facility more than 20 years ago, and it's in need of replacement. So the MCMRF asked for and received $67,755 in 2% funding from the Saginaw Chippewa Indian Tribe in June 2020 towards this purchase. And It also issued a RFP in June of 2021 from the steel deck weight scale and digital load cells to replace existing sale. And the bids were closed on July 23rd, 2021. In review of the RFPs, there were 2 companies submitted bids. And one was an analog and one was a digital system. And the digital company got it. This will be, the price will be split between the city, the county, and also some 2% money. And so it all boils down to the county. The county portion will be $30,213.45. Questions, comments?
Just real quick, Jake Boyd was here earlier this evening, business session, and he explained that we are going to be able to generate some fees in addition to using other entities using the scale, which is good. And you always want to have a proper scale if you're going to get part of your income is based on tonnage and weight. You want to make sure you're being very accurate. So with this system, as he mentioned, it sets us up in the future going forward. So that's a kind of good scale. A really good one. So,
Right, it's crucial. The scale is crucial for the function of the MRF. Any other questions or comments?
all right, no more questions, comments among the commissioners. Clerk, what's a roll call vote?
Commissioner Swaney,
Yes.
Commissioner Hope,
Yes.
Commissioner Engler,
Yes.
Commissioner Jazinski,
Yes.
Commissioner Marino,
Yes.
Commissioner Horton.
Yes,
Votes cast 6 ayes, 0 nays. Motion passed, Mr. Chairman.
thank you, Clerk Box.
Okay, the next item is the individual service contracts, RN and caregiver trainer. The motion reads, move to approve the individual service contracts between Isabella County Commission on Aging and Elizabeth Jane Starr Gephardt for services as a registered nurse and Mary Ellen Walsh for services as a caregiver trainer, effective October 1st, 2021 through September 30th, 2022, and authorize the board chair to sign the same.
Support.
We have a motion and support to approve individual service contracts, RN and caregiver training. Discussion, please.
Okay, for many years, the Commission on Aging has offered personal service contracts. The positions covered in the attached contracts do not have corresponding employment positions within the county employee classification system. The personal service contracts covered under this staff report are for registered nurse and caregiver trainer. And the caregiver trainer position is going to be covers a person that's already been doing it. And it was named in the motion, and caregiver trainer will be working 15 to 20 hours. And the funding used to reimburse these contracts will come from a multi-year agreement with Region 7 area agency on aging and with state and federal and Title 3 home services. We'll also do that as well funding to the senior village and the SAG Lodge. Questions?
All right, here are no questions or comments. Clerk Box, roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Hope,
Yes.
Commissioner Engler,
Yes.
Commissioner Jazinski,
Yes.
Commissioner Marino,
Yes.
Commissioner Swaney,
Yes.
Commissioner Horton.
Yes,
Votes cast 6 ayes, 0 nays. Motion passed, Mr. Chairman.
thank you, Clerk Box. Commissioner Moreno, too, if you got further. Thank you, Jerry. Thank you.
The next item is individual services, service contracts, bulk food mill delivery driver. The motion reads, move to approve the individual service contracts between Isabella County Commission on Aging and Rogers Dremel, Larry Davis, Paul Stickler for services as a bulk food mail delivery driver, effective October 1st, 2021 through September 30th, 2022, and authorize the board chair to sign the same. Support.
We have a motion and support to approve the individual services contracts. Contracts. Sorry. I'm burgundy again, I see. Individual service contracts. There we go. Discussion.
Okay, for many years, the Commission on Aging has offered personnel services contracts. Positions covered in, it's the same, attached contracts do not have corresponding employee positions within the county employee classifications. Personal service contract covered in the staff report of drivers. And these gentlemen, they're well aware also have been doing this in the past and do a really good job. So,
Hearing no further comments or questions from the commissioners. Clerk, what's a roll call vote, please?
Commissioner Engler,
Yes.
Commissioner Delzinski,
Yes.
Commissioner Marina,
yes.
Commissioner Slaney,
Yes.
Commissioner Holt,
Yes.
Commissioner Horton.
Yes.
Votes cast 6 ayes, 0 nays. Motion passed, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Clerk Box.
Okay, the next item is individual service contracts, activity services. Motion reads, move to approve the individual service contracts between Isabella County Commission on Aging and James Vandermeer, Carol Clute, Angela McGurk, Catherine Tobin, Judy Swartz, Steve Wood, and Mary Alsinger to provide activity services and Virginia Payne to serve as active living newspaper editor effective October 1st, 2021 through September 30th, 2022, and authorize the board chair to sign the same.
Support. We have a motion and support to approve individual services contracts, activity services. Discussion.
Okay, this is another category of things that the Commission on Aging does. And these folks are giving classes such as water product. Virginia Payne is going to serve as the editor of the Active Living newsletter, which goes out. And yeah, this stuff is like Tai Chi classes, chair yoga, active living, Zumba Gold. Anyone can paint. These are real popular programs that we have at the Commission on Aging. And so we would like to renew the individual service contracts at this time and have the board chair sign. Any comments or questions?
Hearing no comments or questions from the commissioners. Clerk Luxon, roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Delzinski,
Yes.
Commissioner Marino,
Yes.
Commissioner Slaney,
Yes.
Commissioner Holt,
Yes.
Commissioner Engler,
Yes.
Commissioner Horton.
Yes.
Votes cast 6 ayes, 0 nays. Motion passed, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Clerk Box. Thank you. Next up, intergovernmental affairs. We have no actions. So we have no actions in the administrative control. We just have 9 unfinished business. We have nothing on that. And so, item number 10, new business. First up, the holiday schedule 2022. Commissioner Sweeney.
Holiday schedule 2022, motion reads, move to approve the Isabella County 2022 holiday schedule as presented.
We have a motion and support to approve the holiday schedule 2022. Discussion on that.
But when this item came up, I asked if I could read it because I know it's the most popular item.
There you go. There you go. I don't bother any commission. Make sure to throw it back and changes at all.
No, just for the point for everybody to know, these, there are some other holidays that are involved in collective bargaining units or whatever that may or may not be on this list. This is the list when the county facility is closed and the courts are closed. So this has been traditional, nothing new, nothing added or subtracted.
Very good. Any other comments or questions from commissioners? Hearing and seeing none, clerk wants a roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Marino,
Yes.
Commissioner Slaney,
Yes.
Commissioner Holt,
Yes.
Commissioner Engler,
Yes.
Commissioner Delzinski,
Yes.
Commissioner Horton,
Yes.
Votes cast 6 ayes, 0 nays. Motion passed, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Clerk Wise. Commissioner Engler, if you would like to open this one.
Yes, public hearing for fiscal year 2022 proposed budget. The motion reads, move to schedule the public hearing for the fiscal year 2022 proposed budget beginning at 7 p.m. or soon thereafter, as it may be heard on Tuesday, September 21st, 2021, is a hybrid meeting, in person and electronic, at the Isabella County Commission at 80 via Zoom.
Support.
There are motion and support to schedule the public hearing for fiscal year 2022 proposed budget. Discussion.
Okay, it's pretty self-explanatory. It's part of the budget process and the requirements to approving a 2022 budget.
Very good. Any further discussion? So Sharon,
Yeah, I'd just like to point out a couple things. $24,437,000. I mean, expenditures go up, but as Margaret pointed out, about 60% of that is wages and fringes. So it's going to go up. Expected ending fund balance of $10,752,000. Very healthy fund balance, about 40% or so. 2.5% wage increase is really nice to be able to offer that. As an employer, our healthcare cost didn't increase. And so the employees will not have an increase. So it's nice that they won't see that paycheck erosion from healthcare costs that we usually see climbing all the time. So that's good. Just 310,000 use of fund balance. And the DTR funds transferred 800,000, about the same we did last year and the year before. Steve Prinovic did a very exhaustive analysis of that fund, and I feel very comfortable with that. That fund will remain very healthy and functional. I guess that's all I want to say about it.
thank you, Vice Chairman. I'd like to echo that. I agree with everything you said. And also with two other comments. The first being that we have some quite large one-time expenditures on this budget. One being HVAC replacement and also the roof on the administrative building. So rather, those are big one-time hits. That's why they're interesting related to the dollar amounts. And we had, as this board, several years, or about a little over a year ago, with the wage and job classification study, and we did increase compensation. And in order to keep up with the times, as we see every day, we report, you just have to go up and down Michigan, up and down Pickett, and you see help on and help on and help on. And in order to keep up, to retain our employees, because this is a service-based entity, and it's fair, it's keeping us up to pace. It is a large, I think this is, I think that's the largest increase since I've been on the board, 2.5%. But again, look at the times. It is a competitive market out there. And we spent a lot of time, a lot of money investing in the employees. And I think the board has stepped up and recognized that. So again, I'm really comfortable. Again, it's a lot of money. And I think the numbers are workable. Any further discussion? Commissioner Swart.
I'd like to echo your comments on the wages as well. We did that study and classification, brought everything back up for everyone and made it even. Not everyone, but many people were existing at a level lower than would normally be paid in the area for their fields and their work, as a classified showed. And if we're going to keep up with everything, we need to continue to watch the wages and increase it so that we're not in a hole where, sheriffs are 20% lower than local law enforcement or other fields. So I'm glad to see a 2.5% increase for employees. And like Margaret said, they are the most important people in the the county right now for us.
Any other comments from the commissioners? Hearing and seeing none, clerk will take roll call.
Commissioner Marino,
Yes.
Commissioner Slaney,
Yes.
Commissioner Hulk,
Yes.
Commissioner Engler,
Yes.
Commissioner Jelzynski,
Yes.
Commissioner Horton.
Yes.
Votes cast 6 ayes, 0 nays. Motion passed, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, clerk. That will complete the new business portion of tonight. That brings us to general public comments. I'll turn to the public in the live meeting. And Dr. Fields has nothing to say, but hello out there. Let's see, seeing nobody else, we'll now go to the virtual side and call anybody on the virtual side.
There is no one at this time, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Then I will close the general public comment section and go to announcements. Commissioners, any announcements?
Well, if there are no announcements, I'd like to announce that the Michigan Brewers Guild is having a beer festival in Marquette on Saturday. So, the 11th, starting at noon. So you can follow me up there on Friday. And enjoy a nice day right on Lake Superior. Enjoy the beers.
Well, there you go. Just real quick to end tonight, I'd like to thank everyone involved in putting on this 4 p.m. and 7 p.m. We're getting better at this. I'm so glad that we continue on the live session, as everyone can see on radio and personally we are wearing masks. Hopefully one day we can take these off and see each other's faces again, but until then, we're going to keep going as live as long as we possibly can. And I really enjoy seeing my commissioners and the people in the audience. I think that's why, it's good to have banter back and forth in person. I think that really sets the tone for our commissions. So with that, I'll take a motion to adjourn, please.
So moved.
Support.
We have a motion and support for adjournment. Any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed the same, we are adjourned at 7:40. You don't have my going on here.
I really have this behind your screen.
Wasn't